So this video is a little late. It is July 8th, and I am going to go over my antique booth sales for the month of June 2024. And I have a list here of everything that's sold in my booth. I sold a total of 39 items. And it was a decent month, and we'll go over the total profit at the end of this video, so stay tuned. And I will post pictures up here of everything that I have pictures of to show you what's sold, and I'll go over profit of each item. Keep in mind that my mall does take 10% commission on every item. I won't tell you the commission for each item, but just keep in mind that it is 10%. And I'll tell you the cost of goods on each item. If I don't mention cost of goods, that means that I didn't pay anything for the item. I got it free, probably from a friend or a family member, or just on the curb or whatever. So I actually have quite a few items that were free. Some of them I just had lying around the house, and maybe I did pay something for them, like maybe like 10 years ago. So I don't have record of it. I don't have a receipt. So that I'm considering a cost of goods of 0 because I kept it for personal use, and now I'm just selling it to get rid of it. So let's go through this list and see what sold. First up, on the 1st of June, I sold 2 items, and they were actually GameCube games. I still have a few games left in my booth, and I don't have any cost of goods in these games. The first one was Enter the Matrix GameCube game, sold for $8, and a Monster 4x4 GameCube game sold for $10. So I profited $7.20 on the Matrix game and $9 on the Monster 4x4. And then on the 2nd, it was a great day. I sold 2 items as well. I sold a vintage dog figurine. I'll put it up here. It's a small little picture, but I hope you can see it all right. It's a little boxer dog, and I love boxers. I grew up with a boxer. It was my mom's, so I had no cost of goods in it as well, and it sold for $18. And then I sold a Field of Irises art print in frame by Linda Thompson, and that sold for $100. Now this print sells for like $300 new, and then the frame, if you want it framed new, it's like another like $400. So they got a really good deal buying it for $100 in my booth. But my mom bought it and had it hanging over her fireplace for a long time, and I think she might have paid like max $50. I'm not really even sure. So we did make a profit on that, and it was fun that she got to keep it for a long time and use it and admire it. So it was all in all a good sale. And then on the 4th of June, I sold another 2 items. I sold a set of 3 small red vases that I got at Goodwill a long time ago. These were my own personal collection. I probably paid about $15 for them, and I sold them for $15. I probably lost money on them because, again, I paid a commission of 10%, so I only profited $13.50. So like I said, I probably lost money on those, but that's okay. They were from my personal collection, and I enjoyed them for quite some time. And then also on the 4th, I sold a Call of Duty 2 PC game. On the 8th of June, my birthday, I sold 2 snow babies. One, Are You on My List? And then the second one was My Guardian Angel. Both of these were as is. They had some flaws. I believe they were broken at some point and glued back together. So these were sold cheaper than what they would have been if they were in mint condition. The first one, Are You on My List, sold for $10, and My Guardian Angel sold for $15, and my cost of goods was $3.60 and $5.40 respectively. And then on the 10th, I sold another 2 items. These actually were 2 matching items. I got these at Goodwill to resell, and I paid $7 a piece, and I sold them for $15 each. So I profited $6.50 each. Not a great sell, but I really put these in my booth because I liked the looks of them, and I thought they would just look good in my booth. On the 13th of June, I sold a marble pedestal and glass octagonal cloche, or like a cheese board display. I sold it for $30. I paid $9 for it. With commission of $3, I profited $18. And this was a really pretty piece. I had this displayed nicely in my booth. I thought it looked fantastic. I was tempted to keep it. On the 14th, I sold 2 Moscow Mule mugs, a set of 2, for $6. I paid $4, so that was a bad buy. So I didn't profit much on those at all. On the 15th, I sold 2 Cavalier Ruby Clear Footed Small Wine Glasses. Now, I'll show up on this picture here that I had a set of 6, I believe. I had 2 large, 2 medium, and 2 small. I was hoping they'd all sell together, although I did price them individually, and only the 2 smallest sold. So I still have the 2 large and the 2 mediums left. And they are priced differently depending on the size of the glass. And then the 2 small ones sold for $2 a piece. They were priced higher at one point, but they've been in my booth a very long time, so I have marked them down significantly. And then on the 17th, I sold a maple vintage lift top turn leg secretary desk with hutch for $70. I took an offer on it for $70, originally priced it at $90. I paid $30 for that item, so I profited $33. Let's see. And then on the 19th, I sold a Buddha head that was 16 inches tall. It was on like a little pedestal and it was on a stick. And I sold that for $20 and I paid $7 for that piece. I had originally priced that at $25, so I did mark that one down as well. On the 21st, I sold a number of items. However, you'll see that this was a 5 for 5 deal on a few of these items. The first item was a 2004 M&M's red motorcycle candy dish that I sold for $20. This was part of my dad's M&M collection. And so I had no cost of goods for that. So after commission, I made $18. And then I have postcards and sticker packs for $1.25 a piece, or 5 for $5. So I sold 3 postcards and 2 sticker packs for 5 for $5. So I made $5. And on the 23rd, I sold a cast iron cross on pedestal for $9. And now this piece I really liked it, and I probably priced it too low, but I was just feeling like I wasn't selling enough in my booth at this point. So I put a lot of items in my booth priced low to get things moving, and I probably priced this item a little too low. On the 25th, I sold 2 more postcards. This time they sold for $1.25 a piece because they chose to buy 2 rather than 5. And I also sold another Snow Baby, I See You. It was also as is because all the Snow Babies that I had left were as is pieces. I have, I think, 3 or 4 more in my booth that are as is left. And then I am done with Snow Babies. I sold that for $15. My cost of goods was $5.40. So I profited $8.10. On the 30th, I sold a number of pieces. So this was the last day of the month, and it was a good day. So it was a good day to wrap up the month. I sold a Party Light coral candle holder for $4. I had this one in my booth for a very long time. In fact, it was in my tiny booth. If you've been a viewer for a long time, you know that I started with a 6x4 booth, 6 foot by 4 foot booth. It was just basically a fold up table with stacked shelving behind it, like built on top of it, made of crates. And this piece was in that booth for more, and then I've marked it down over the couple years, and it finally did sell. So I sold that, and then I sold a blue speckled vase from my mom for $12. And a 2002 M&M's Black Cadillac candy dish for $20 from my dad. A 2002 NASCAR Hot Wheels Daytona setup M&M's piece for $15, also from my dad, so no cost of goods there. A vintage 1991 miniature green M&M's dispenser for $10, no cost of goods. A 2002 M&M's limited edition die-cast car for $5. And then a Dungeons and Dragons animated series DVD for $30. And finally, a 5-for-5 deal on sticker packs. 5 sticker packs. These packs were from what my mom picked out. These were her stickers that she liked. And I sold 5 of those for $1 a piece. So that ended the month strongly. So for totals, let's go over the numbers. I sold, for a total in my booth this month, or last month in June, I sold $505.50. Cost of goods for me was $80.34. My biggest cost of goods item was the maple vintage lift top turn leg secretary desk with hutch, which was $30. So that was the majority of my cost of goods right there. My next highest cost of goods item was the marble pedestal and glass octagonal cloche, which was $9. So there's quite the difference there. Everything else was a lot of little stuff. Commission ended up totaling $50.55 if you do the math in your head real quick. So my profit on items before rent was $374.62. So that's not too shabby, but rent is a killer. Rent is $272 for the month, and that leaves me with a total profit of $102.62. So that's not a terrible month for me. I usually don't profit a whole lot in my antique booth. Most of my sales and most of my profit generates from online sales. I really do my antique booth for fun and to get rid of the bigger pieces, more breakable pieces that I don't want to sell online, or things that I just can't sell online that I know just doesn't have like the appeal, like it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't sell well online, but does have like an audience in the local crowd. So I am selling more on Facebook Marketplace. So I did sell a few items. I made, I think, $60 on Facebook Marketplace in June. And I'm going to be doing more of that. So I'm diversifying my business. So we'll see how that goes. I most recently went to my very first auction. So stay tuned for that video that's coming out. I didn't take you along for the auction process, but I do have a haul video of everything I found, and I spent a lot of money there, and I bought a lot of good things. I got a lot more good things than I even knew I was getting, because I bought a ton of boxes, just boxes of junk for $5 a piece. I didn't know what was in them, and I got home and it was like great stuff. So I can't wait to show you. So stay tuned for the next video that is coming out very soon. And anyway, if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.